Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 3, otherwise entitled Zari. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Zari Thomas?
Come with us if you want to live.
Oh, look at this rap sheet. Burglary, larceny, identity theft.
Impressive.
Are you guys stalking me?
That's a cool getaway.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow, all new Tuesday, 9/8 Central on the CW.
So it is pretty crazy to think that we are already up to Episode 3 of all of the CW DC shows. It does only feel like it was yesterday that we were getting hyped for all of the premiere episodes. So yeah, as I said, pretty crazy. Now, right at the end of last episode, we did see the revival of Kawase, who is Mari McCabe's sister. Now, Mari was the vixen that we saw on Arrow in Season 4, and obviously that makes her Amaya's other granddaughter. We saw her revived by a follower of Malice, who I'm guessing will remain a mystery for a while longer because that's what these shows usually do. But I think that's the right choice. You know, it's better to introduce the other threats such as Kawase and then lead on to Malice and who they are after that. So give it some breathing time. But anyway, as we usually do in these trailer breakdowns, we will go over the synopsis or description for this episode first, which as I said before, is entitled Zari. But before that, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below any opinions you have on the trailer, as well as any questions you have for my Arrowverse Q&A later this week, whether that be a question from episode 2 or a question about this episode coming up. And of course, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. When Sarah receives a distress call from their befriended agent at the Time Bureau, she learns that they have been tasked with going to the future to capture a rogue time traveler. Unfortunately, the Legends make things worse by trying to protect an outlaw named Zari to hopefully lure in the time-traveling assassin. Meanwhile, Stein tries to diagnose Amaya's condition, but Nate discovers an unusual treatment that Amaya begrudgingly agrees to. So the trailer starts off with us going to the future, as the synopsis did say, but to be exact, we are going to the year 2030. Now, I'm not the best with American city landscapes, but I believe this is Seattle? Let me know in the comments section down below if that is correct or if I am wrong and need to be corrected. You do see all of these helicopters like surveying the water below as well as different parts of the city. I'm not too sure if this is like the current state of the USA in 2030 and they're just surveillancing the area like that, or if they are specifically hunting someone down. This is then when we meet another big player for this new season of Legends of Tomorrow, who is Zari Thomas, who, as Jax does say, has quite the rap sheet, which involves burglary, larceny, and identity theft, which of course Mick finds very impressive. I do have to acknowledge Nate's little dropping of the Terminator reference, so good job there, Nate, nice one. Now, they did release a character description for Zari a while back, which goes as follows. A Muslim American woman from the year 2030 who lives in a world of contradictions. Technology has brought about an incredible change in her future, but too bad human nature hasn't kept pace. Fear, prejudice, and a lack of care for the planet have forced Zari to become a grey hat hacktivist. Described as a computer nerd with a wry, combative attitude, she is a woman living a double life who doesn't realise that she has secret latent powers derived from an ancient mystical source. Now, I don't actually think that I would be able to go through and break down this trailer without pointing out Zari's little device here that helps out with her hacking. I'm assuming this is actually meant to look pretty dodgy and bad and look very makeshift, because that is an iPod Nano on top from like current day. Even it has like the official Apple cable plugged into it. I'm not sure if I was the only one that noticed that. But the prop department for Legends must have had a really fun time designing this because it looks so ridiculous. Now, at one point in the trailer, it does go by pretty quickly, but we do see this person here looking like they are being tortured while also producing like lightning while in this pain. Later in the trailer, we do see the Legends in disguise with the same logo on their uniforms as the people right here. So what it looks like is that this is who Zari is targeting, like this organization, and due to that, this assassin that is mentioned in the synopsis is therefore after her possibly. I'm just guessing here obviously, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below if you do think differently. We do see Sarah here taking on someone in the same bar that we also see Mick talking to Zari in. Now, this could be the assassin that I just brought up, but it does also look like it could be Kawase, who, as I said, did show up at the end of last episode. So is Kawase this, time-traveling assassin that the Legends are after? It would make sense if that was the case, but as I said, you only see her briefly, so it is hard to be 110% sure if it is Kawase or not. You do quickly see Nate here looking like he is tripping balls on the Wave Rider. You know how the Wave Rider can create all that food and drink artificially? Do you think it would do the same or could do the same with like acid tabs and stuff like that? Interesting. Anyway, in the synopsis, it does say that Nate discovers an unusual treatment for Amaya to help with what is going on with her. So I am guessing it has to do with like tinkering with her mind and memories. Possibly similar to what they did with Rip Hunter last season. Not exactly the same, just sort of similar. Nate most likely gets caught up in it and experiences the effects of it as well here. It could be a funny scene. But the coolest part of the trailer is easily right at the end, as we do see Zari use the awesome tool that her counterpart in the comics has, and that is the Amulet of Isis. Zari's name in the comics is Isis, but you can understand why the show isn't going to use it. The power we do see her use here seems to possibly be a mixture of two of the abilities that her amulet can produce. The first one obviously being flight, as she does like fly away, and the second being her elemental control, which is obviously the ability to control parts of nature. So she produces this like tornado to fly up through and escape. The amulet gives her many other abilities, including super strength, super speed, and like accelerated healing. So we will have to wait and see if they are all on the show as well. I think there was something in the description of it, and even in the comics, like the amulet can be, you know, decrease the health or something, or the power of whoever's using it, so the amulet can't be used all the time, so it's not too overpowered. So I'm assuming they could or will implement that on the show, so you know Zari isn't just using the amulet all the time. I am just happy the amulet is going to be on the show, because when the character was first announced, I thought it might not have been included just due to the cost of showing her powers. But as I said, there is that, you know, little thing that they could add into the show from the comics where the amulet can't be used all the time. So I'm assuming that will be implemented to cut down on cost of using the amulet all the time. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show your support for obviously the video and the channel as a whole. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of the trailer? Are you looking forward to seeing Zari on the show? I've been looking forward to seeing her ever since she was announced, so finally in episode 3, we are getting the character. And obviously, of course, leave any other questions you have for that Arrowverse Q&A later in the week. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.